Look at me now. I'm idle trash. Now would you look at me? I'm edgy now. Looks like I'm a Mary Sue now. And look at me now. I'm Shotacon. I'm Nico neglected.
Oh, you saw that, huh? Well, you may be asking what I'm doing in my school bathroom. It's, the first day of school and I just don't want to comply with the rules. It's what happens when geometry is my homeroom because some asshole thought that was a funny joke, and between me and math, I'd rather just hide out in the school bathroom all day. And considering how dirty these things are, what with this copy of Kainu's video on Warden Sean on the floor over there, I'm pretty confident that kids are more willing to hold it in anyways, so I'll probably not get caught anyways. Thankfully, I found this piece of commentary material on the floor, so I can do this to pass the time. I'm gonna see if I can get this out before the school day ends, but first, let's watch. You know, when you think about it, learning about shapes isn't that bad. So, Lunatic the game here, and yeah, remember back in June when I covered Dwebly's video on Professor Cartoons? Well, yeah, we're covering another video on that exact same video, but for context, a guy named Cosmo did a review on an episode of SpongeBob named Ink Lemonade. Professor Cartoons made a commentary on that review, and a commentator by the name of Dwebly did a commentary on that, and, yeah, it was pretty piss poor. There were quite a number of videos on that aside from my own, personally mixed bag of a video on that, but the one that is most important and the one that I'm peeping at today is by a guy named BracketNeutron37 too. He threw his hat into the ring with a two-parter that is only long enough to waste my lunch period, so disappointingly, I cannot use this as an excuse to keep out of class forever. But for the actual quality of the video, oh boy, this is a mess, and you'll see as we go along. As for my avatar choice, which you may be curious about, I'm Idle Trash Nico Yazawa. Why? A, because I want to represent. B, I know you fools Nico need her in your lives. And finally, C, Bracket keeps complaining about commentators using anime avatars and I'm an asshole. Put two and two together and we can move on. Oh, and by the way, we're skipping 50 seconds in because he's gonna update his viewers on why he was gone so long, which no, is not an issue at all. Could have worked in the description or comment section, but hey, it's pretty quick and works for those who were curious. Now, let's Nico begin.
But enough jazz, I introduce to you Dwebly, otherwise known as Lucas C. He has some presence within the commentary community. If that's not enough proof he's mentally ill, the tired shitpost memes will change your mind. Lots of Wacko's World baloney, and two tumors combined into one. Knowing that, his commentaries are already going to be crap automatically. And actually watching them will not change your opinion.
I'll bring this up again in the next interjection, but for some reason this point leans on both the serious side and the joke side of things. Somebody makes shit posts and apparently this alongside this somebody being in the CC means their content is going to be bad from the start. If it's a joke, good job, you failed drama class. This joke or exaggeration just comes off as so not jokish or exaggeration or whatever because you continue with the simple brooding sound you give yourself all the time. On the serious side, which I'm under the assumption it is, wow, way to poison the well. I already had to pay for the whole barrel because bottom of the barrel for all 40 of you who are confused. Pink Robot fucked a few commentaries ago, but look, I can't fix this well in the one from the village too because I need that money for college, so sorry village children. But back to what I was saying, geez, you're telling me because Dwebly makes shit posts you don't like, and there's commentaries too, it's gonna be bad. Okay.
My actual first impression came from his Mr. Conman response, and there's this one line which ever so slightly broke me.
Also, fan bases do not impact the quality of a show.
You're lying to yourself.
As I said last interjection, holy crap, I seriously can't tell whether or not you're actually this trash when it comes to jokes, or whether or not you're a moron who doesn't understand fan bases, and I pray to God it's not the latter. Then again, your guilt by association attitude towards the commentary community makes it pretty plausible. But since I'm not sure whether or not it's a joke or a point, I'll just argue it as a point just to do it. Just because you see people on fanbase of any work being stupid does not mean that whatever this fanbase is crowded around is garbage as well. What are you, a fan of Sonic Forces? I mean, look, this argument can only possibly come from something with no fans, I'm just saying. Certain people in the Smash community may have sent lewd shit to Sakurai in response to him not putting Waluigi in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but does that mean Smash Bros. Is a bad game because it has these type of fans? You can call Fortnite fans cringe as heck, but is Fortnite a bad game? Up to you, of course, it's subjective. Personally, it's an okay game, but on the other hand, it's a beloved game to a lot of people for its spin on the Battle Royale genre. Again, I'm constantly under the impression that this is a joke, but your tone of delivery makes me want to do backflips into the Arkansas River.
Meet Professor Cartoons, formerly known as BracketNeutron37. Despite me being in the CC now, I still enjoy his content.
Your connections with the commentary community are completely pointless and amount to nothing here. No one gives a damn if you're a part of that cesspit, and why are you implying that if you are part of that culture, you shouldn't enjoy his content? I know he's a narcissistic tryhard every now and again, something that you morally correct types deeply dread. But what matters most with his content and most critical channels are the points brought up overall.
No, it really isn't his case. He's one of those disliked heads in the commentary community. It's possible that he's trying to establish that he's not after his blood for the sake of being Megadupe, but for other reasons. You know, maybe he wanted to stand out from the crowd. Maybe it's possible that he wanted to establish to Cartoons he wasn't after it because, oh, you did this shit all the way back then, you know?
I'm peak human evolution.
You know, I didn't think this was possible. I didn't hope this was possible. And they almost had me convinced we were over this phase by now of people saying, oh, this is the worst episode. This is such an animated atrocity trademark. And I didn't think I'd make a video like this someday, but here we are. It hurts me to say this, but there's a new worst SpongeBob episode.
I mean, is it really surprising considering the show is literally 19 years old at this point? Even if the show is getting better, you can't just expect there to not be a shit episode every once in a while.
First of all, why is the original in black and white? This is pretty distracting to say the least. I get why your avatar is in black and white, because it's some old-timey guy, but why the original video?
You're completely oblivious that Viacom is known to go on rampages with copyright strikes and claims, and as this contained footage from one of their biggest shows, it needed to be filtered. Heck, Cosmodor himself brought that up in the same review, which you just so conveniently cut out.
I feel like I can make the assumption that you're literally pulling shit out of your ass to make Dwebly look more stupid than people already think he is. Because if you paid close attention, you wanna know who really cut out that context? The same Baka that spent 9 minutes on context and cut it out himself. Professor Cartoons, come out into here and get your prize. What do you win? You get the sweet dissatisfaction of the fruits of life. Sounds juicy, I know. But if you want clarification, Cartoons has it cut out because he starts off his main point of the commentary, which takes 11 minutes, may I add, by starting at Cosmodore's section about how SpongeBob should have been past the days of bad episodes. But I hate how you said this, and just looking up the original gives me the opportunity to sweep your argument right from under your feet. Come on, doing just a little bit of research before you said this couldn't have hurt, right? Now, at the time I'm rescripting this video, Cartoons took down his own video, so yes, this wouldn't be possible as of now, but I wanted to clarify that he took down his videos in the middle of August. Bracket's video came out in early July. No excuses here.
I'd say, I agree with that, but you want to know something I also agree with? That you're hot too. The Fight Me Fire.
Second of all, SpongeBob is practically going through a renaissance. Seeing a bad episode from this era is more jarring than seeing one from season 6 or 7.
What you think. I know there's tons of people who still believe SpongeBob isn't in this renaissance you claim it to be. And I'm one of them, as I have watched very little of the post-second movie episodes. So really, I don't have a proper opinion. I see how this argument could work, but that doesn't discredit Cartoons' point.
In-school suspension is looking pretty clean right now. First off, Bracket, I can find a ton of people who think opposite of you, too, you know. And unlike you, I actually have the proof to back myself up. Where it is, you may ask? Well, aside from this little conversation on SpongeBob's wiki, which isn't too much, but hey, it's still people admitting SpongeBob had improved even in 2016. But on the other hand, I have some of the ratings from IMDb. Compare some of the recent seasons to Season 6, for example. Season 6's average is usually a 5 or a 6. Season 10's is an 8. The current season, Season 11, has only had 2 instances of having an episode have a ranking under 8, one being a 7 and the other being a 4. Seriously, this point just feels like an objection from Phoenix Wright, but without the evidence and shit like that. Really, even then, your point would just have the effectiveness of ramming 2 babies into each other. It's fucked up, but that's it. Okay, before we move on, I have to point out how actually rankings do change over time, but for the most part, most of the current season episodes have been an 8. And save for some of the other seasons too, though I will say season 6 is more of a 6 and a 7, especially the earlier episodes where it's consistently 7 instead of 6, while the later half is later, a 6. Also, there are actually 2 7s
and a 5 and a 4. One of the episodes turned into a 5, and a newer episode came out after I was done scripting this, and it ended up being a 4. So yeah, I was a little wrong in some aspects, but for the most part, yes, the season is an 8.
I'd say I agree with that, but you want to know what's something I also agree with? That you're hot too. The fight me, Fyro.
Squidward goes on to rant on about his stupidity because he's the big meaty man that doesn't let Patrick have his fun, but does end up giving him an old trash lemon. What? Did they dumb every character in this episode down?
Okay, did you even watch the same episode that I did, or are you this degenerate?
Happy holidays, you degenerate motherfuckers.
Now he's being made step by. Oh my god, my throat.
Too fucking bad. I couldn't understand jack out of that voice. Bravo, Lucas. Oh, and the use of the term degenerate alone is comparable to Medicare? What is with commentary community people just fearing him every chance they can? Your troll-shielding, spoiled asses aren't in danger from this one man, despite all the rumors and announcement of another rant on you fuckers. Which, let's be real, you really deserve it, bastards.
Look, I'm not too familiar with Medicare, so I can't really say for sure what he's all about, but I think the problem is considering what his fans did to Doodle back in 2016, people are trying to stay cautious and take precaution. There's at least a little indication. Call people pansies for it, and yeah, to be fair, you're kind of right in that aspect, but I'd like to see you deal with people telling you to kill yourself or just fucking with you for whatever reason. Yeah, it might as well be bait, but come on, you can at least understand why people are so cautious. Not to mention, in the long run, you bringing up how people fearing Medicare has nothing to do with Dwebly suspecting Katoons of being a suck-up of Medicare. Not to mention, it comes off as a huge generalization. To cut to the chase, no. Also, hey, I'll have you know, my mother is a succubus, so it's a part of her job to fuck multiple men. Not to mention, she raised me well. Baka.
SpongeBob, who is suddenly just kind of there, scares Squidward with a megaphone. A gag they have already used 3 times now, I should add, making Squidward pour ink into Patrick's lemonade. Yes, this is gross, especially considering it's coming out of Squidward's nose, but don't worry, it gets worse, because SpongeBob and Patrick's second customer then drinks Squidward's snot water, instantly getting addicted to it.
Seriously? Is this what cartoon reviewers are bitching about now? Ink that doesn't even look that disgusting? Granted, it came out of Squidward's nose, but at the end of the day, it's just fucking ink. Is that really that disgusting now?
Okay, it may look disgusting to you, but others may find it gross.
No shit, Sherlock. We are all aware of this, except during the times when you suck off of other CC members with your objective opinion.
Your mother. Like, seriously, can you not for like a split second and listen to the sentences you're puking out of your effing beak? He's valid! Katoons is saying, why is this such a big deal? Acting like people should man up and figure this isn't actually gross, so Dwebly's explaining that this isn't how it works. Are you saying we in turn aren't aware when this isn't the case because he's sucking off other CC members with You know what, screw this, we're skipping this stupid point.
Your subjectivity does not counter Coswell or really anyone else's subjectivity.
Yeah, but you did the same damn thing earlier with the SpongeBob Renaissance interjection. And before all of you called me out for thinking I used the hypocrisy makes you wrong argument, Lucas isn't wrong entirely, but hypocrisy and double standards don't look good on anybody. I'm willing to admit my own hypocrisies.
Can I just, like, say something I intended on saying earlier in the video? The recent reception SpongeBob episodes are given can be a subjective thing, for sure, but combined with the recent reception and love all the recent episodes have been getting, it's safe to say Dwebly is actually correct, and while some people may not be fans of the recent episodes, people say that the latest episodes do have some love in them, and people actually do enjoy them. So, I don't know.
Patrick's suddenly actually interested in improving his business. Great character consistency here.
Scare Squidward into making more ink with him ripping off his whole skin in front. Feels just like old season 6 times, doesn't it?
I never understood why these cartoon reviewing retards constantly spurg out over gross out in a cartoon.
And this is the definition of a non-interjection.
How so? He's brought up a pattern that many animation fans spurg out over grosser scenes or humor, regardless of the show. It's arguable that SpongeBob shouldn't use this kind of humor, though a change in humor style isn't automatically a bad decision. Oh, and SpongeBob has had gross out humor since the start, so...
Yeah, but has SpongeBob ever really relied on it as much as they do now? Sure, I guess at some points they could have been, but gross out wasn't as common as it is today, not to mention it could alienate people who, you know, actually find it gross. Also, in hindsight, why do I feel like this is directed towards my Dwebly video?
The line at his lemonade stand got even bigger since, and so he gets a gigantic spider, which again is just kinda there.
Yeah, because nitpicking the episode on how illogical it is, even though it's fucking SpongeBob, is definitely the way to go.
It's forced into the episode. If you don't understand why this is an issue, Then you can go grow a brain cell.
I don't understand, and brain cells grow quickly for some. Probably not you, moron.
That feeling when you take a joke seriously? I mean, I'm just saying. Also, can I point out how no one is going to point out how Dwebly said grow a brain cell? Like, seriously, this just bothers me. I don't know why. Just forget it. Let's continue.
It's clear that they're portraying Patrick as this dumbass that is just trying to do whatever he can to make his lemonade business work.
Not as this evil, this evil tyrant trying to kill Squidward. Like, what the hell are you even talking about?
Hey, Katoons, if you screw up on your line delivery, you can either just re-record or edit it out.
Retake yourself. You also completely ignored an actual argument you could have debunked. Quite a non-interjection that is, huh?
Except it isn't a non-interjection because, well, I mean, it has a point. Of course, as being that he actually should bother doing retakes. So you calling it a non-interjection is, well, you know, kind of wrong. To be fair, I kind of disagree with Dwebly here, but I don't really want to go into detail as to why it's kind of important.
I'd say I agree with that, but you want to know what's something I also agree with? That you're hot too. The fight me, Fyro.
Okay, final thoughts? I'm not gonna lie. This is a good candidate for the worst commentaries of 2018.
So's yours, and I don't even really watch commentaries anymore.
Non-interjection, I like the ring of that.
Anyway, final verdict. This commentary fails to strengthen any hope or trust I had within the commentary community. From the whiny delivery to the poor point structure and then some. And newsflash, you're not getting by if your commentary standards are this low.
Yes, because of one guy, the entire commentary community is probably not good. Because if you're seriously going to judge the entire community based off of one guy's actions, I don't know, that sounds a lot like Ligma talk to me.
And to those who were asking, I had watched Lunatic the Game's response before this was scripted, and I just thought it was alright. To me, a lot of points were missing, so I filled in some of the gaps.
Wait, then that means this is my fault.
If you want to be good in the commentary game, here are a few suggestions. First and foremost, change your stick bitch anime scum to a less overused medium.
Why does this matter? Well, I suppose the reasoning for this is because I suppose anime avatars, well, Danganronpa is a video game, but details are overused, so maybe people will enjoy your videos if you use something different? Well, one, you don't say this, you just say, nope, no anime avatars where I am, no, none of that, shame on you, Dwebly. Even then, Bracket, that's not how it works. You only gain attention in the commentary community for being entertaining, having good points, and being funny. Oh sure, I guess avatars could be a potential boost in interest, but I mean, is there any case of that happening? Is there any proof? Well, that's just about it for the rest of the video, except for its final thoughts, which are actually pretty okay. I had one problem, but I don't really think that matters, so we're just gonna go to our final thoughts now. I'm gonna have to go out of character for this one though. So I've been scripting this video for about 4 months now. Through all of that, I've really had a hard time really understanding why it's like this video. Like, it's my least favorite out of this whole Dwebly chain. Maybe it's the anti-CC attitude and the guilt by association disease you brought with it, but hey, there are quite a few critiques in here I agree with myself, or maybe even semi-agree with. But honestly, that doesn't mean too much against me. But then there's your attitude through and throughout towards Dwebly. Dwebly is not a person held in very high regard within many circles, and not in the sense where I was like in 2016, where I was just a forgettable annoyance, because Dwebly has been under constant ridicule by many commentators. But despite that, I believe that the way you treat him just got on my nerves. I can assume this is your commentating style, and it's not a bad thing per se. YouTube dude is pretty well loved, and sometimes he can be very more direct and aggressive like you are, but the way you do it feels more overly mean-spirited for very little reason. At least YouTube dude, as much as I disagree with his expression, was sick of nihilistic snake failing over and over again in his video on Suck. Dwebly did say some really dumb things in this video, and I'm willing to admit that, but sometimes you came off as pushing a handicapped person down the stairs, and look, the can exist, we've had enough of that already. Really, I don't know whether to say to lose the attitude, but really lighten it up a bit, and make yourself a little more something even more people would love to take a peek at. Also, this does not mean I'm telling you to stop hating on the CC. I swear people will claim I'm spinning a fucking narrative despite me fully admitting I'm okay with what you do. And for those who understand this, I'm so sorry for your soul. Get help immediately. That's all I have to say. Good day, and here's your terrible outro skit to wrap up the video. Anyways, what to do next? Hey, what gives? What are you still doing here?
Oh, is school already over or something? Oh, that makes sense, considering the video was pretty good at making me lose track of everything around me.
Oh, you must be here for Saturday school. Oh, this isn't the classroom over here.
I thought it was Monday.
We're 8 weeks into school, and it's Saturday. I'll show you the room.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Saturday School.
Okay, I have no idea what's happening anymore. Just please end the video here.